Have you ever felt the thrill of exploring the unknown, the lure of an abandoned building in the woods? Back in my early 20s, my friends Andrew, David, and I were always up for an adventure. Most of our time together was spent wandering through nearby forests or exploring random places. One night, Andrew excitedly told me about a creepy abandoned building his friend had mentioned, located off a trail in a wooded area not too far from us. Although his friend hadn't dared to go near it, Andrew's excitement was contagious. We immediately called David, who was equally pumped, and decided to check it out. It was already 5 p.m., but with the sun setting at 7, we figured the approaching darkness would add to the excitement. Andrew and I packed some essentials, flashlights, and snacks, then headed over to pick up David. We parked the car next to a local grocery store, just a short walk from the wood's edge, and began our hike. Initially, the trail was busy with people heading back, which made me skeptical about the abandoned building's existence. But as we reached the lookout point, the woods began to darken, and our excitement returned. We ventured deeper into the forest, navigating thick trees and bushes. Just as frustration set in, a rustling bush caught our attention. Shining our flashlights, we finally spotted the old structure in the distance. The building seemed out of place in the middle of the forest. It looked like a small workshop, maybe once used for woodworking. The front door lay on the ground, and as we stepped inside, a foul stench hit us. The first floor had 3 rooms, filled with trash and rusty tools. The smell grew stronger as we approached the other rooms, making Andrew suggest we leave, but curiosity pushed us forward. David opened one of the doors and immediately screamed, backing out in horror. Simultaneously, loud thuds came from behind another closed door. Panic set in and we sprinted out of the building. Once we caught our breath, David, clearly traumatized, insisted he had seen a body inside. Fearing someone else might be hiding in the building, we rushed to the police station. The police were initially dismissive, but after investigating, they found signs of recent activity and blood spots. A few weeks later, a body was discovered buried near the building, confirming our fears. Although the case never led to any suspects, the experience of being so close to a possible murder still haunts me. Have you ever been drawn to the eerie allure of abandoned buildings? Growing up in Detroit, a city filled with such structures, it became a regular pastime for my best friend Philip and me. As middle schoolers, we were fascinated by the mysteries these buildings held, often exploring them despite the dangers, feeling like adventurers in our own right. One day, seeking a new adventure, we ventured down an overgrown and cracked cement road that led to several abandoned homes we had already visited. We continued further down, determined to find something new. The path eventually turned into a faint gravel trail, leading us deeper into the forest. After a long walk, we found a peculiar townhouse-like structure, its windows boarded up and the garage door slightly open. Crawling under the garage door, we found ourselves in a mostly empty space. Inside the house, a massive dresser blocked the door, which we managed to push open. The interior was relatively clean, with footprints in the dust suggesting previous visitors. Suddenly, a soft bang from the other side of the house startled us. We stood frozen, listening for any other sounds. The front door was nearby, so we cautiously moved towards it. Just then, a loud metal scraping sound and a crashing bang erupted from the garage. Panicked, we sprinted out of the house, only to see the garage door now fully closed. Philip thought it was a coincidence, but I suspected a trap set by someone waiting for unsuspecting explorers. We never returned to find out, deciding instead to stick to exploring buildings closer to home, avoiding those deep in the forest. What if your childhood hideout turned into a place of terror? My best friend Jack and I had always sought refuge in our little hideouts, whether it was a corner in the schoolyard, the skate park, or the treehouse in Jack's backyard. When his younger brother and his friends took over the treehouse, we ventured into the woods to find a new spot. One day, while walking our dog Sammy, we discovered a small stone building deep in the forest. Sammy led us to it, barking and growling at something unseen. We decided this could be our new hideout and returned the next day with our supplies. The stone building had a creaking metal door, a corrugated iron roof, and no windows. It was empty inside, but we soon made it cozy with old blankets, cushions, and a lamp. We spent many days there, enjoying the sound of rain on the roof, reading and listening to music. One stormy evening, as we lay listening to music, the door creaked open. We heard footsteps outside, followed by the door slamming shut and the sound of running footsteps. Shaken, we realized someone had been outside our hideout. We quickly decided to leave, drenched from the rain, and never returned to the hideout in the dark again. To this day, we still don't know who or what had disturbed our secret place in the woods,